What makes a festival unforgettable? The music, the crowds, or the mischief waiting just around the corner? Satiah had come to Bubastis to find out. At dawn, the city stirred with quiet purpose. Merchants raised awnings, servants swept the streets, and garlands swayed in the warm breeze as Bubastis prepared for the festival to come. Satiah reached the great temple of Bastet and slowed her steps before its towering painted columns. She paused there, her eyes shining as the temple's beauty nearly brought her to tears. But what truly made Bubastis special were the cats. Wandering freely through every street and courtyard, they moved with such quiet confidence that the whole festival seemed to revolve around them. Egyptians adored cats and guarded them with heartfelt care, and Satiah loved them too, in her own quiet, curious way, always watching their graceful steps. Satiah relished the lively atmosphere of the city, though small dangers hid easily in the festival's noise. For example, far too many pickpockets moved through the crowds with swift, practiced hands. There were also scammers working the crowded lanes with polished smiles. They ran the game of 3 cups, cheating outrageously whenever curious crowds leaned in. And with so much beer and wine flowing, fistfights broke out across the festival, especially in the dim alleys behind the temple where brawlers roamed late. Yet overall the festival stayed joyful, and Satiah found herself enjoying the noise and color. She even tried the local honey-dipped figs, a sweet treat famous in Bubastis. As she ate her 3rd serving of figs, a pickpocket slipped up behind her in the busy crowd. He reached for her purse, trusting his quick hands to stay unseen. The moment the knot loosened, fate intervened. A striped cat pressed her paw on the purse, eyes bright with mischief, quietly insisting, "Mine, mine, absolutely mine." Satiah noticed nothing at all and simply decided that honeyed figs were now her favorite treat. She liked and subscribed to the stall in her own delighted way. As Satiah walked down the main alley toward the busy marketplace, she paused beside a stall run by one of the street scammers. The crowd gathered close, eager to see his trick. Satiah placed a single gold coin on the scammer's table, calm and perfectly certain of herself. The man boasted that anyone could win his game, if only they watched carefully. But just as the man prepared to cheat, a bold cat dug its claws into the fabric of his vest. He froze in surprise, unable to pull off his usual trick. Satiah won her bet and received a 2nd gold coin, with amused applause from the crowd. She smiled mischievously and slipped away before the scammer could recover. She knew there was a quiet park with a lovely view hidden behind the temple grounds. To reach it, she had to pass through the narrow back alleys, leading away from the crowds. Satiah stepped into the narrow alley, letting the festival noise fade behind her. After the first bend, she saw a brute towering over a beggar, his posture alone enough to show trouble. In the alley's darkness, 3 shadowy cats swept toward the bandit with silent, uncanny speed. He stumbled back in terror at the sight and fled at once, desperate to escape their eerie glow. Satiah knelt beside the beggar and placed her 2 gold coins gently into his shaking hands. He bowed his head and whispered, "Thank you, my lady. Blessings follow your steps." Satiah left the alley and climbed the quiet steps to the temple terrace. The evening light softened the stone bench, the papyrus, and the wide view of Bubastis below. She sat to breathe, letting the fading warmth settle in her chest. Then, the cats appeared, one by one, slipping from the foliage like silent shadows answering a call. They gathered around Satiah's bench, forming a soft circle of tails and whiskers. She greeted each one with a gentle nod, as though she had known them all her life. "Tamio," she began gently, "you must stop stealing entire baskets of fresh fish. Take just one and slip away before anyone notices. The other cats watched him with solemn interest, as if this were a very important rule of proper feline behavior. "Moo moo," she said with a fond sigh. "When you knock over a pot, don't stare at humans like you're innocent. They know you are guilty. Just meow sweetly, and they'll forgive anything." Around her, the cats sat upright and attentive, absorbing each lesson as if she were the wisest teacher they had ever known. "And finally, Meowhotep," she continued. "You greet every pretty kitty in Bubastis, and rightly so. But don't forget to hunt the mice in old Mintu's granary before they eat all his grain." The gathered cats nodded, or at least wiggled their whiskers, like students agreeing this was perfectly reasonable advice. "I'll head back to the festival now," Satiah told her gathered clouder with a smile. "Go wait by the temple doors tonight. That's where the finest offerings always arrive." As the cat scampered off toward the temple doors, Satiah slipped back into the festival alley. She danced and purred through half the night, losing herself in laughter and bright music. At the first pale light of dawn, Satiah felt a small twitch flicker behind her ear. It was the quiet sign she had been waiting for, the gentle call telling her it was time to slip away. She gave the waking festival one last playful wave before letting her disguise fall. Then Satiah dissolved into a drifting swirl of gold dust, vanishing as lightly as a breath of dawn. Back in the realm of the gods, she stepped beside Osiris as though returning from a simple stroll. He gave her a knowing smile and asked, "So, Basti, how was your little trip to Earth?" She laughed and said, "Oh dear, the visit was absolutely delightful. I shall return next year in my feline form to stir a little elegant chaos."